we have, to go to River State now. On a morning show. Well, relative peace seems to have returned since the last intervention of President Tinubu. Let's now cross live to Port Harcourt, where the House of Assembly is screening nominees for new commissioners. The exercise is part of the state government's process to approve new officials for key ministries.
I'm happy to be nominated here, and I pray that God will give me the wisdom to put in my best in the office that I'm designated for. Thank you, honorable members. Thank you, right honorable speaker. Thank you very much.
You didn't tell us about your academic qualification. Speak up a bit, please.
I have a first degree in business administration from the University of Port Harcourt.
From which university?
University of Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Uniport.
Okay, you can have your seat, Father.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Samuel Williams Esquire.
Right Honorable Speaker of the University Assembly, Principal Officers of the House, and the senior members of the House of Assembly. My name is Samuel Williams. I am from Okrika, in Okrika local government area of River State. I was born in 1968. I attended my community school in Bama. I went to Baptist High School for my school certificate, then also went to River State of Education, where I obtained first degree in political science education. I hold a first degree in law, and I've done several other courses in community development, labor relations, and community engagement and peace building. I was a teacher in the secondary school. Thereafter, I came to work in River State University, and at the point, I was privileged to be the Secretary of my local government council in Okrika. I became chairman of Okrika LGA from 2011 to 2014, and thereafter I returned to River State University as legal officer. Currently, I'm the Director of Legal Services of River State University. In terms of my work, my experience, and my relationship, I have keen interest in peace building, keen interest in community development, and keen interest in fostering harmonization of relations. I am married, I have 8 children, I also have 4 grandchildren. Mr. Speaker, distinguished Speaker, Member of the House of Assembly, it is my sincere prayer and wish to make my contribution to the House and to the state towards achieving the dreams of the founding fathers of our House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Let's hear from Mr. Kennet.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, principal officers of the University House of Assembly, my name is Pastor Kennet. I'm from Kennet local government area, Ward 18. I attended Government Comprehensive High School Tower. Thereafter, I proceeded to River State Polytechnic Bory, where I obtained an honorary diploma in accounting, and then later I bagged a first degree in same accounting for River State University of Science and Technology. At present, I'm a chartered accountant, a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, and I've been in the private sector for over 20 years. My core area specialty is financial analysis, budgeting, payrolling, and revenue generation. And you agree with me that, the burden, there's a lot of burden, enormous burden on the government to do more. And that's where I think I come in to generate more revenue. At present, I'm a senior project accountant on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road that runs into millions of dollars. I manage that for my present company, and I've been with them for 18 years. I am married with 2 kids, and I can assure the House that I'm poised to demonstrate a transparent commitment and dedication by any responsibility assigned me. God helping me. Thank you.
Let's hear from Ultimate TKD Amaka Esquire.
Right Honorable Mr. Speaker, I greet you. Principal officers and leaders of this wonderful assembly, I greet you. I am Otonye Tom Kareboye Dokubo Amakri, born about 68 years ago. I am married and I have 5 children and 2 grandchildren. I started my education at the primary level and finished at Municipal Council School, Ekotekpene Street, now Sangana, Port Harcourt, my own due Port Harcourt. Thereafter, I proceeded to Baptist High School, where I did my classes 1 to 5, and later on, lower 6 and upper 6, before getting admitted into the University of Lagos. I got my first degree in 1982, passed the law school exam in 1983, and went back to University of Lagos to read law again, master's level, and I hold an LLM. I have been in practice, but also a lecturer in the Faculty of Law, University of Science and Technology, from 1986 to 1990. And in 2008, when the faculty had difficulties and they were looking for lecturers, I was again beckoned on and I answered the call to go and be a lecturer once more.
Just round up.
Sorry, okay. And so I see this opportunity as one that is in a lifetime. And if given the opportunity to join your government, I will work in whatever capacity I am found fit to the benefit of the state and its people. Thank you very much.
Let's hear from Sir Amariha Edward Hart.
Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the House of Assembly, principal members of this House, I thank God to start with, making it possible for me to be here this morning, and also thank His Excellency Sir Fubara for considering me to be a nominee among the nominees for the commissionership position. And I also appreciate the House for allowing me to be in your presence this morning. I'm very, very appreciative. I am Sir Amariha Edward Hart. I was born in a community called Oloma Community in the year 1961, 1st October, being the Independence Day of this country. That was when I was born. I started my primary education from St. Bart's School, Burukiri, in Bonny Kingdom. Thereafter, I proceeded to further my education with Bonny National Grammar School, where I have my first West African School certificate. After my school start, I worked briefly with a British shipping company, Palmline Agencies, for about 3 years. And having that desire to further my education, I resigned and got an admission with the University of Port Harcourt. Going by my leadership roles, I have worked both in public and private sectors. And I've played several roles, being the chairman of Bonny Kingdom Development Committee, directors of industries, member of NASIMA, member of BOSIMA, president of BOSIMA, president of Student Union.
Just round up.
So I'm here this morning, if being considered or confirmed as a commissioner, I will definitely put in my best, which I've been doing for the past 30 years, to ensure that the objectives of His Excellency and members of this House is being achieved.
Thank you.
God be my helper. Thank you.
Distinguished colleagues, we have heard from all the nominees. Members also have their credentials. At least we had the privilege of receiving their credentials well in time. I believe members have perused through their credentials and should be well equipped to pose relevant questions in the interest of the state. And the way we want to go about it to save time, because Rivers State is in a hurry to have a properly constituted State Executive Council in place, which is why I don't want us to take too many days, too many legislative days on this matter, except where necessary. So let's see if it is possible for us to conclude today. Honorable members, the way we are going to go about this is any member that wishes to pose any question to any of the nominees should indicate, and I will grant the leave for the member to ask questions. You will say which nominee you want to mount the rostrum and then answer the question. So that's how we are going to go. Honorable members, the floor is open. Who is requesting? Who is requesting? Honorable Peter, are you requesting?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good day, Mr. Speaker, fellow colleagues. I am Peter Abbey. I represent Belgam State Constituency in this honorable house. My question is to Professor Datonye Dennis Alasha.
Professor Datonye Alasha, please. To the lecture, please.
Congratulations on your nomination, Prof. I congratulate you specially, and we hope that at the end of the day you'll be screened well. Can we go to page 17 of your submission, your curriculum vitae?
You didn't come with your documents, your own copy.
Page 17 and page 18 and page 19.
Page 17.
Page 18, page 17, page 18 and page 19.
Okay.
All right. Prof, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. In page 17 is your birth certificate.
Yes.
And it seems mutilated in the names where you you have Alasha, you have mutilation. Have you seen it?
Yes.
You have seen it. Then page 18. Your name, Dennis, is not consistent with your WAEC results. Page 18, there's no Dennis. I think it is just Alasha Datonye. Then page 19, this is you went to Federal Government College, Port Harcourt. Yes. And your name there was Alasha Datonye.
So you are talking about inconsistency?
Yes, inconsistency. Then if you go to your NYSC, page 24. We have Alasha Datonye Dennis.
Don't worry, I think you have gotten that.
So the inconsistency is much.
All right, let him answer the one you've asked them before.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Prof, you got his question.
Yes, I did.
First,
I did it,
talk
Mr. Speaker.
about mutilation on your birth certificate, including the age, including the name. The mutilation is quite obvious. We don't know which one to take. That's exactly what he's asking.
Well, I think the names are consistent. There's a first name, a middle name, and a surname. Alasha, surname, first name, Datonye, middle name, Dennis. These birth certificates, the original copies are here, were done in 1973, signed by the then Dr. Frank Eke.
No, he's asking about the mutilation on the age. Look at the...
No.
That two there is that's you can see the mutilation on your age.
No, the birth certificate was signed in 1973. Date of birth, 1972. And that date of birth is December 1972. 4th December 1972 is the date of birth.
Prof, you're not answering the question.
Okay.
He's asking why there are mutilations on your age in the document. Why did they alter the figure?
No. Now this must have been from when it was written in 1973.
So somebody mutilated it. Now that's what is asking.
No, but not. It was the way it was handed over by my parents. So it was. But if you look, this age is consistent in all my records. 4th December 1972. It has never changed. 1972, 4th December. This age. No, what I'm saying, it was how it was written on the source.
So it's the person who wrote it that mutilated it?
Yes. I mean, maybe clerical error, but this is the birth certificate signed by Dr. Frank Eke at the time, many years ago, and it is the same birth certificate I have used all my life. And the date is consistent.
Further questions?
On the other question, like I said, my surname is Alasha, first name Datonye, middle name Dennis. So there's a consistency in that. Thank you.
Belgam, further questions? Are you done with your questions? You are done. Who is requesting? Honorable Solomon. You have questions for him? Okay. Yeah, I think. Does anybody have any questions for him? Deputy Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Right Honorable Duvlé Mahu. I represent Lacuna State Constituency. Prof, I am sure this CV was submitted by you.
Yes, sir.
I am not seeing your tax clearance here. Please prepare me to the page.
Okay.
For your tax clearance.
It was sent in as an.
No, I'm speaking to the document.
Okay. No, it was attached. I think there would have been some time, but it was attached. I can present a copy to you if you so wish with the originals.
I don't have it. I don't have it myself. Okay. Does anybody have his tax clearance? Okay, you just got it. Just tell us if you just got it now. No problem. Give it to the clerk.
Okay, sir.
Hand it over to the judge.
Okay.
Just say you didn't submit it and you want to submit now. Don't say it was a mistake. You are just bringing it now. Clerk, give it to me. Take it now. This is sent to members. This is sent to members. Yes, further questions? Further questions? Honorable Ignatius.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Honorable Ignatius Obenachi Onka. I represent Adjournment Constituency 1. Professor Datoye, you are welcome to the House.
Thank you.
I want to ask, was there at any time you attempted to stop people, reverse engineering, who were nominated for state appointment, and you stopped them or made an attempt to stop them from going to the screening in Abuja?
Never.
So what you are saying to hinder them?
Hindering them from going for the screening, just like you are here for screening?
Never ever. I've never been involved.
Thank you.
Further questions? Further questions? Deputy Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, sorry. He just brought a document this morning here. He said his Board of National Revenue Tax Clearance. Currently, before you were nominated, where were you working?
University of Port Harcourt.
Is that the federal government agency?
Yes, sir.
How do you pay your tax?
There's evidence of deductions from the salaries.
Is this before us?
Okay, I can add it.
Because what you are presenting to us is from River State for Internal Revenue. In my head, I think that if they do those deductions from where you are coming from, you were supposed to reconcile that with what you are presenting. That's number one. Number two, I have concern about the way you answer your names. There is serious inconsistency on all your documents. I say so because your tax clearance is showing me here that Alasha. Another document here is saying Danish Alasha. I'm seeing Alasha that.
Which page, please?
Page what?
Mr. Speaker, is page 24, NYC. Alasha that Danish. The one in front of this one is saying that Alasha. And there is no affidavit before me here to reconcile the inconsistencies in all of these things. So I'm worried, don't know how to address it.
No problem. I think for that one, he has told us what he has told us. But the documents speak for themselves. So we can ask further questions.
Yes, I have the.
Obviously, what the Prof is saying, we should just take it as we have seen it. But Prof is finding it difficult to tell us why he has too many names.
No.
All the documents are giving us all kinds of names. We know what Supreme Court judgment is on the issue of name. We should know which one you are bearing. We don't know too many names on different documents. So that's why members are raising. But you have answered the way you have answered. But maybe let's ask further questions.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions? Yes, Honorable Benchi.
Right Honorable Speaker and Reverend colleagues, my name is Prince Lemchinyete, representing the good people of Ikoyi constituency. Prof, sir, congratulations on your nomination to be screened today as commissioner. Go to page 40. Where you stated part of your work experiences. Page 40 is talking about international work experience.
Yes, sir.
Well, as a patriotic Rivers citizen, where you want to serve as commissioner, if screened and cleared by this hallowed chamber, what impact has your international head connection created in River State, where you're coming from? Tell us the impact of that your international head connection, the impact it has created in River State.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So let me say I worked in the course of the COVID-19 pandemic. I was one of the primary people who developed a protocol for care in this state. And we did our best to provide care for people in Rivers State during the COVID-19 pandemic. And it's on record that our team was the first team in the whole of Africa that diagnosed and successfully treated a child with multi-inflammatory system syndrome.
And when that crisis became a global issue and the world needed experts, they knew that there were people in Rivers State that were doing something good, and they asked for our help. So we had to go out to help and came back to serve the state. And on coming back, we have also helped in building capacity, in training people, and our institution, the University of Hospital where I worked, is one of the leading infectious disease treatment centers in this country for Lassa fever, COVID-19, monkeypox, and all of that.
That's
and
okay.
we've also built the capacity across board. Thank you.
Any other question, honorable members? No other question. Prof, before you get back to your seat, let me ask you. You are a nominee today.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? Do you think you are qualified to be in this State Executive Council that we are looking at? What do you think you can bring to bear? We have gone through your CV. You say you are a nephrologist, and given all your years of service, what have you done for Rivers State with the kind of knowledge you have acquired over the years? What do we hope to see? Try to convince members why you should occupy a seat in the State Executive Council.
Okay, so I started out as a nephrologist, moved to respiratory and infectious disease, and by the grace of God, we have trained so many people who are now consultants. I can say that over most of the consultants working in the River State Teaching Hospital were people that came through us in training, and also those who are working even in the University of Port Harcourt. So we've done a lot to increase the capacity for building valuable human resource for healthcare. And of course, also as a trainer at the undergraduate and postgraduate level, we have also contributed in training many people who have come forward, and we will do more to strengthen the health system. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Enemy Alagojo, you requested.
The right honorable speaker, very distinguished colleagues. My name is Enemy Alagojo. I represent Asa Territory Constituency 2. Luckily, I have someone from my local government, Mr. Speaker. So I think it will be fair for me to interact with him to do that I'm meeting him. So I'll call on Chief OTKD Amakwe, please.
Who, please?
Chief OTKD Amakwe.
Okay. Otoye TKD Amakwe Express.
Yes.
Okay.
Channels, please. Okay. All right, with it. It's a privilege I consider a privilege to have you, because I think I've heard of you for a very long time. And I think this one time, I am convinced that a lot of work has gone into selecting those who will lead us at this time. But fortunately or unfortunately, I chair the House Committee on Public Petitions. I have no doubt about your capacity to do this job, because your name precedes you, and I know that you've practiced for a very long time. But you seem to have a lot of friends. A lot, because about 3 people here have petitions before me, and it looks like, yes, it looks like public petitions. It looks like you have the most of them. 11 came in. 6 of them we considered frivolous, because nobody can tell me that you don't have the capacity to do the job based on your educational qualifications and career. But sir, where I have concern is 5 of them that speak to the same issue. So I'm just going to quickly ask, just to clear the air, so that, we are in public space, so that it doesn't haunt me tomorrow. Are you in court with the Assault Local Government, sir? The Assault Local Government Council?
Whether I've been
Are you in court? Are you in court? Do you have a case in court against the
What have you done for River State with the kind of knowledge you have acquired over the years? What do we hope to see? Try to convince members why you should occupy a seat in the State Executive Council.
Okay, so I started out as a nephrologist, moved to respiratory and infectious disease, and by the grace of God, we have trained so many people who are now consultants. I can say that over most of the consultants who work in the River State Teaching Hospital were people that came through us in training, and also those who are working even in the University of Port Harcourt. So we've done a lot to increase the capacity for building valuable human resource for healthcare. And of course, also as a trainer at the undergraduate and postgraduate level, we have also contributed in training many people who have come forth, and we will do more to strengthen the health system. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Enemy Alaba George, you requested.
The Right Honorable Speaker, very distinguished colleagues. My name is Enemy Alaba George. I represent Asari Territory Council 2. Luckily, I have someone from my local government, Mr. Speaker. So I think it will be fair for me to interact with him to do that and meeting him. So I'll call on Chief OTKD Amakre, please.
Who, please?
Chief OTKD Amakre.
Okay. Otoye TKD Amakre
Yes.
Okay.
Channels, please. Okay. I would. It's a privilege I consider a privilege to have you, because I think I've heard of you for a very long time, and I think this one time I am convinced that a lot of work has gone into selecting those who will lead us at this time. But fortunately or unfortunately, I chair the House Committee on Public Petitions. I have no doubt about your capacity to do this job, because your name precedes you, and I know that you've practiced for a very long time. But you seem to have a lot of friends. A lot, because about 3 people here have petitions before me, and it looks like, yes, it looks like public petitions. It looks like you have the most of them. 11 came in. 6 of them we consider frivolous, because nobody can tell me that you don't have the capacity to do the job based on your educational qualifications and career. But sir, where I have concern is 5 of them that speak to the same issue. So I'm just going to quickly ask, just to clear the air, so that we are in public space, so that it doesn't haunt me tomorrow. Are you in court with the Asari Local Government, sir? The Asari Local Government Council?
Whether I've been what?
Are you in court? Do you have a case in court against the Asari Local Government Council, sir?
No.
Your local government?
Personally, no.
Okay, just
not
your clients.
Even for clients. No.
Not even for clients, because I'm seeing here that you have over 10 cases against the local government. Do you have cases in court against the Judges Compound Council of Chiefs in Belgam?
Personally, no. That is in my capacity as OTKD Amakre. But as a lawyer, clients come and we do matters for them. But for now, I have none against Judge
because
Compound.
we have a petition from Judges Compound Elite Group saying that it's titled an SOS, that if they are convinced that if you are allowed to hold this public position, you're going to use your power and influence to rid them of their ancestral lands and all of that, something about Georgiama and all of that. Then, do you have cases in court against the regent of the Calabari Kingdom? Okay, so you were at some point the regent of the Calabari Kingdom?
Yes.
When was that, sir?
That was in 2020. 2020? Yes.
When did your tenure end as the regent?
The court gave judgment in the matter 2021, about June or thereabouts.
2021?
Yes.
So we have another petition from another group claiming that you impersonated the regent of the Caribbean Kingdom, and in the letter... Okay, so I have another petition claiming that you impersonated the regent of the Caribbean Kingdom. They attached a letter here. Were you ever the regent of Buguma community?
Buguma has no regent.
No regent. Or you were a caretaker of the Buguma Castle of Chiefs?
I wasn't.
So here they say they attached a letter with the heading of Buguma Castle of Chiefs, addressed to the Community Relations Manager, Eroton E&P Limited, dated 30th August 2022, appointing nominees to be in the Coast Community Development Trust. 3 names are here, and it is signed as the caretaker of the Calabari Kingdom. Also, this is not very clear. So I just wanted to be, but what worries me is that 5 of these petitions speak to the same issue, that they are worried that if you are appointed into the State Executive Council, you're going to use your power and influence, and then all of them speak to the issue of conflict of interest. So I just wanted to advise that, assuming you are successful and you become, this fear should not be crystallized. You know, when you have 13 people crying out, these people tell their own SOS that, oh, you are in court, you have so many cases. So if, assuming we're lucky and you become the Attorney General of the state, or you're going to use your influence and power to witch hunt them and all of that. I just wanted to raise this issue and also... Yeah. Public petitions, yes, sir. Yes, about 11 petitions came in just against him, yes. Although 6 of them were, we considered frivolous because they were talking about qualifications and all of that. When we went through his CV, all of those didn't have grounds. But we're just concerned about these 5 ones that are talking about so many cases he has against communities and people and compounds and the regents, and how they fear that a lot of them are still in court, that he might use his position against them. That's all.
Yes. All right. I do. Thank you very much. The Amayana of Calabari matter ended with his death in December 2019. And that was a contest between him and those who felt they ought to be Amayanabo of Calabari. I was counsel for the Amayanabo, His Serene Majesty, King Professor T.J.T. Principal. And of course, we won all our cases, both in the High Court and Court of Appeal. One was pending in the Supreme Court before he died, and with his death, it stopped. As for cases against Asarito local government, I don't think I have any. I was, in fact, the legal advisor of Asarito local government area during the tenure of Honorable Odieri Principal, who died unfortunately, and that stopped my office there. Then talking about claims, particularly Judge Compound. Honorable Member, I undertake here and state categorically that I have nothing personal against Judge Compound, and I don't know the office I'm to be given, but whatever office I'm given, it will be for 23 local government areas and for this government that this Honorable House is very much a part of. I undertake again that I will never use my office, if given, to intimidate or oppress anybody. No, there is no matter about the stool in court. Yes, because of the death of the last Amayanabo 11th, no call, no invitation has been made for any aspirant to come forward. So Amayanabo Calabari issue for now is not there at all.
Okay, honorable members, further questions. Honorable Wellington, you request.
The Right Honorable the Speaker, very distinguished colleagues, I remain Honorable Takena Wellington Ground. I represent Asarata Constituency 1. But thank you for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I have to congratulate my chief, a lawyer that
Just ask him the question, please.
My chief, I am well pleased with your CV that you submitted. I am okay with it. I've been scrutinizing it again and again. I am pleased with it, but I'm worried because I represent you. And I am very worried of the petitions that have been coming left, right, as if the bullets are flying through the runner. I don't know. I have been worried. Thank God you have answered some of the petitions that were written against you by the Chairman's Committee on Public Complaints.
Not by him.
Received by the state. I just want to ask very innocent question. With all of this involved, you have said not personally, through maybe your office and other things. Can you tell Rivers people, when appointed, if appointed into a position in Rivers State or as a commissioner in Rivers State, tell us, how are you going to manage your office, private office, some that have your personal, what is it called, and the chambers, just very the same, so that I can have, you know.
Professor, you want to know how you are going to reconcile all these matters, all these things that have arisen.
Thank you.
If confirmed.
Thank you very much. If confirmed, of course, I'll have nothing to do with my office during the tenure of service. I will have nothing to do with it because it will be mixing official and private, and that is where conflict of interest may come in. But I assure the House, Honorable Speaker, that if considered fit and proper, my service will be to the state, as I said before, and not into traditional or community politics.
Okay, noted. It's okay, noted. Honorable Lolo, you requested.
Morning, Mr. Speaker, very distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Around this morning, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity you've given to me. Sir, I congratulate you as my learned senior. And thank you once again for being a lawyer,
just
an eloquent lawyer in my life once.
Ask the question.
You've handled the matter about me once. But I had some complaints from my community concerning plethora of cases you are handling, particularly in Kola community. And you know, in consideration, won't your position, if appointed into Rivers State government or the governing council, coincide or affect in any way the cases you are handling against the generality of Kola community and some factions. I said, let me bring this before you so that you can clarify to Rivers people how this will not affect your duty as a government.
So with this, that is with Kola?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. First, I think it's a compliment, even though being presented in a negative way. I've been a lawyer for 43 years. So if I'm involved in many cases, it means that clients appreciate my service. And that is why they are choosing me above others. That is not a crime. But in respect of Kola, I tell you, my participation in Kola legal matters has brought peace to Kola. Otherwise, they will be killing themselves. We choose to go to court to marshal our points. In some we lose, in others we win. But that is the way of peace.
So you are saying there won't be any problem?
No, there won't be any problem at all.
Honorable Major Jack, you requested.
Right, Honorable Speaker, very well colleagues. My name is Honorable Jack. I represent the good people of Constitutional 21. Mr. Speaker, there is no much thing to say again, but just to speak to the nominee. I reside chief. Only worry. Petitions coming from the table of public petitions and every other
community.
Every other community and members that have spoken here. Our worry is a very bad chief. We respect you so much. But my worry is conflict. That is just a worry.
So you are saying conflict of interest?
Interest
because it's involved in too many community matters and community issues.
Community matters.
Within the around the
you have told us here that you are not going to go into that if given clearance today. But it's worrisome that person of your caliber will have such amount of petition. It worries me because I respect you so much.
All right.
I respect you so much.
But I think he has given the kind of response he wants to give, so I don't know if he wants to.
That's just my word.
Okay, so you take it with the last question for him. Honorable Tony Williams, the last question for him, so that he can resume his seat. We have other nominees.
Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, my name is Honorable Queen Owoma Tony Williams. I represent. Please tell us, what will be your basic function? I mean, your basic function. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, first, before you, because this will be that will be the last question, so that you take all together. It points to, she's trying to know how you'll be able to serve the state. Assuming your appointment is confirmed, and assuming you are asked to head the Ministry of Justice as the Attorney General, assuming she wants to know what you are going to bring to bear. But in answering that, I just want to ask you, sir. I went through your CV. I looked at how many times you wrote WAEC, and in none of those documents I saw that you wrote WAEC about 3 times or thereabouts. 2. Okay, I saw one advanced level and all of that. Trying to see, I look at the performance there, and your third class at the University of Lagos, and looking at your results all through, I'm not particularly impressed. Looking at your credentials, from beginning to the end, there is no spectacular results. You know, beginning from where you struggled and all of that. And as a person, I'm a bit worried. So I don't know if you can speak to us about your academic qualifications and what you have just read.
Thank you very much. I'm sure that maturity comes with age. The fact that my school style results were not too spectacular hasn't affected my progress in my life and my profession. The fact is simple. While growing up, I wrote WAEC at 17 years or thereabouts. If I have not been able to grasp certain theories, doesn't mean that I want to improve in life. In fact, when I went for my LLM, those who had 2-1, 2-2, and third class were all given exam to write to qualify for the LLM. 80 of us wrote, 25 of us succeeded. And at the first writing, I got my LLM.
All right.
Yes. Now, about the thing I will bring to bear. Section 195 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria gives me the scope of work, if given that office of Attorney General. And of course, that makes me the chief law officer of this state. It is to ensure that enforcement of law is not toyed with at all. Because as the Attorney General, we ought to be at par with the laws, not this hallowed house.
It's okay, sir. It's okay.
And then as for conflict, it won't be there at all.
Take your seat.
Thank you.
Honourable members, who is requesting for further question? Who is requesting? Honourable. Okay, Kana. Honourable Wako, who are you requesting to?
Madam Charity.
Mrs. Charity Dimwa. Ms. Charity Dimwa, please, sir.
The Honourable Speaker, my name remains Honourable Barry Wanku from Kana Constituency 1 and the River State House of Assembly.
Okay, she's from Kana?
She's from Kana.
Oh, okay, the same.
Yeah.
Of course.
In the heat of the
Then if we move forward to page 7, where she has a certificate of exemption, her age there is 1954, which does not correspond to each other. We don't know which one is the actual age. Can you clarify the house? Thank you.
Right, Honourable Speaker. That's correct. When I get admission into Uniport, the first form I filled was 1954. I later on discovered when I got to my elder brother, you can see my change of this thing there. I did an affidavit stating that my age wasn't 1954, but because it has already gone to NYC, they could not change it. When the certificate came, it still carried 1954. But I've done a change of name, a change of age on that issue. It's there in the listing before you. My actual age is 1956. 11th November 1956.
So the two you presented, you want us to take the one of 1956?
1956.
We should leave the other one.
Yes.
Okay. Where is the newspaper publication? Did you do any one? Do you have any?
I did an affidavit.
Nothing from National Population Commission.
No.
To say that this is the authentic one we should take out of the two of them.
I thought that the change of the affidavit will cover. Actually, I did not get back to them.
All right.
Yes.
Let's hear from Honorable Lolo Kana. Requested. Honorable Mrs. Lolo, requested. Use the mic, please.
Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Mrs. Bulavari Henrietta Lolo, representing Kana Constituency 2. Chief Charity Demoa, I would like to congratulate you on your nomination. I noticed on the last page of your submission, of your profile, your tax clearance. It's dated December 31st, 2018, and there's no update. I just wanted for you to clarify.
So there's no tax clearance, current one?
There's no current one.
Madam, you've not been paying tax since 2018?
I just wanted to know if she's been exempted from paying tax.
So let's tell us now. Let her tell us.
Like I said before, I'm a politician.
You were what?
I am a politician.
You're a politician?
Yes.
So politicians don't pay tax?
We don't have an office.
Hold on. Let me get you. You say you're a politician. So politicians don't pay tax?
I don't have work.
Okay, you don't have work.
I don't have work. It's when I got nominated into the River.
So since you don't have work, you have not been paying tax or taxes since 2018 to date. That's what you are saying. Is it only when you have work that you get income? You don't have any business?
Mr. Speaker, I think tax is generated from your income.
You have not had any income since 2018 till date. Madam, you are under oath. You have not had any income from 2018 to 2026. No income. That's what you are telling Rivers people.
I was a member, a commissioner in the Rivers House of Assembly Service Commission.
When were you? Hold on. When you were a local government caretaker committee member, right?
I was just 3 months there.
When was that?
And I think November last year.
When was that?
November.
When? Now what year?
2025.
You were not paid salary. Were you not paid salary when you were a caretaker committee?
We were paid.
You were paid?
Yes.
Is that not income? But you said you have not earned any income from 2018 to date as a politician. So no tax clearance. And that's what you are telling Rivers people. Madam, that is not nice. You are misleading the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly.
I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker, but I think I can still go back for.
No, but you say you have not earned any income now.
It's not later. I'm trying to be corrected.
Honorable Mba, any question?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please, ma'am, check the last page of your document, your tax clearance.
No, let's not dwell on the issue of tax clearance. We're done with that one.
If you check all your documents, it's very charity, what kind of demo. But with your tax clearance here, the name that is there is only charity demo. What happened that Wakago is not over here?
What is your question? I didn't get the question.
My question is if you check on all our documents, is demo charity Wakago. But if you check on our tax clearance, there is only charity demo.
And madam, on your certificate of exemption, your name is Acheru.
Yes.
No more charity. I'm looking at it here, there's no charity here. What's here is Acheru. Is your name Acheru? Is your name Acheru?
What is Acheru?
Oh, really? Okay, that was your name. Okay. Okay. Do you have any answer to his question, please?
Charity demo and charity one demo is the same person.
All right. She says the same person. Further questions for her? The last question for her. Onega 1. Or is it 2?
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I'm Honorable Kemjika Ezeke, representing Onega Constituency 2. Madam, my question here is, congratulations for the woman standing among the men. I congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
But that calls for service. So I want to know how you can use your office to positively impact on the people of Rivers State, more especially those people that have your skate and plans. Thank you.
That's the last question, madam.
Thank you very much. Like you've already said, I'm the only woman among the men here. And if given this opportunity, I will be representing the women of Rivers State. It's the work I've been doing before, and I'll be the mouthpiece for the women.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Take your seats. Further questions? Further questions? Deputy Speaker.
Belgam Henry, please.
Belgam Henry, please.
Your document before us is showing you have two sets of tax clearance. One is a foreign document, one is from Board of Internal Revenue. How do you want us to reconcile these two documents?
Okay, that's because I work in France currently.
I can
speak up, please. Speak up.
That's because I work in France. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
That's because I work in France. Yeah. That's because I work in France.
You work you
yes,
pay taxes in France?
I pay taxes in France, yes.
Right. Are you also paid in Nigeria?
That's because when I'm on holiday, I do some project management consultancy.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you look at the foreign document, you are aware that when you bring in a foreign document to Nigeria, from us, Nigerians, to accept the document is supposed to be notarized. Okay. Notarization of the document. Can you show me? That notarize the document before you brought it into Nigeria. I'm talking about the document before you. Please.
Did you do that?
No, sir. No, Mr. Speaker. I did not.
Thank you.
What I did was the document was translated.
It's okay.
By the okay.
But any other question for him? Any other question?
Mr. Berger.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Please get to the question.
CV, I've gone through it.
Thank you, sir.
In about 20 countries, provides over 236 projects. My work, I just wanted to clear, is that most of your work life has been out of the country, mostly in the EU, UK region, and all of that. I see that you work with Cameroon and then all of that. The environments are not the same. So, just quickly, how do you intend to adjust and bring to bear your experience if you are confirmed?
Thank you, sir. Well, as we all know, I grew up in Port Harcourt, and I come to Port Harcourt every 3 months. So I'm in touch with what's been happening in Nigeria and what's been happening with my people. So having global exposure won't stop me from being who I am. A lot of people will call me the waterside boy, Mr. Speaker. That's because I'm 100% local content. So I don't think that will be an issue, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other question for him? Last question for him. Honorable Advocate Smart.
Mr. Speaker, I would just want to standing before us just this little question that has to do with, like the Deputy Speaker talked about, the transition. We all know that it's very, very key when bringing in a foreign document. Coming to face, if they state it out like this, it's talking about like you're putting before us a foreign document, which of course here have anything to do with that company over the advance that you just talked about. Tell us, how do you expect us to believe these documents you have just tendered to us? And knowing very well that documents are not properly notarized is fraudulent. The document can be addressed as a fraudulent one, first of all, and again, I mean, for me standing here, I will not
say I am 100%, confident or sure of what you just, tendered to this house. So again, my question here is, how do you expect us to believe this document you just tendered?
Okay. Thank you, sir. The document.
What do you want us to do now?
Okay. What we can do is that document can be verified. It can be sent to the French embassy. It's 100% legal. In fact, the translated version of the document.
Excuse me. No, that would be our job.
Okay.
That would be our
I
job.
was speaking to verification, sir.
No, excuse me, but we don't. It's not verified.
Okay.
So long as the law is concerned, at this point, it is not verified. We're not even supposed to look at it. So I'm saying, let's at this point we're going to address it and maybe take a look at it. And what I'm saying, my question is, how do you want us, to trust this document to tender? And you're saying we should go verify. It's never our job to go verify.
My apologies.
Excuse me, it's your duty to tender an authentic document before the House. So don't ask us to go verify.
My apologies, sir. I didn't say you should go and verify. I said it can be verifiable. And the translated version was done by the person. There are only 2 of them in the country that can translate French documents.
All right. Last question. Honorable Emilia.
Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, I remain Amadi Emilia Lucky, representing the good people of Obiako State Constituency 2. Mr. Belgam, first of all, I want to congratulate you, at least for making a commissioner nominee. I've gone through your resume. You have a fantastic one.
Madam, please just.
And I want you to. So regarding your profile, I want you to tell us your plans, your policy and vision for the state as regards infrastructural development. Thank you.
Well, that's a very good question. In my humble opinion, with regards to infrastructural development, the government has a blueprint that dates. So that blueprint will be built up, it will be studied and implemented in phases and milestones. Having said that, there are ongoing projects that are being done currently in Rivers State. All those projects will be completed after properly addressing or looking at the risk associated with them, looking at the cost, the benefits, the scope, and quality being presented. I hope that answers your question.
Take your seat.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any other nominee?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Who is asking?
I'm asking.
Who are you asking?
Kennet Lekwe.
Kennet Lekwe, please, straight to the question, please.
Yes, sir. For Kennet Lekwe, you brought a document from Lagos State government. And the document is not in your name. And there are 2 documents you brought. Lagos State government. Just look at your document. You don't have it before you. You don't have a copy of it. And it's evidencing that you have paid your tax. But it's not in your name. There's nothing to this document that can be linked to you. Please, can you explain why it is so?
Okay. You are right. High-Tech Construction Company Limited, and I've been with them for 18 years. And to the best of my knowledge, no company income for a tax, no personal, or no pay. So that is the document that is issued to any employee that requests for a tax clearance certificate. So, but if you go online, you will see that everything tax paid up to date, pension, everything paid to date. It's the company, it's not me. I can't do. Yes, on the behalf of the employees.
How does the document relate to you? Your name is not on it.
Okay, I think I need to get back to them because that's what they gave me as a company, and it's verifiable, sir. It's verifiable.
Any other question for him? Okay, any question for any other nominee, please? Take your seat. Honorable Ignatius Omuka, which
Which nominee are you asking?
Right, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Ignatius Obenachi Onwuka. I represent Eche Constituency 1. I want to Dr. Wago Peter.
Wago.
Stay dry and fresh with Nevia Dry Deo. Keep...
How does the document relate to you? Your name is not on it.
Okay, I think I need to get back to them because that's what they gave me as a company, and it's verifiable, sir. It's verifiable.
Any other question for him? Okay, any question for any other nominee, please? Take your seat. Honorable Ignatius Onwuka, which nominee are you asking?
Right, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Ignatius Obenachi Onwuka. I represent Eche Constituency 1. I want to Dr. Wago Peter.
Wago.
Dr. Wago Peter.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations for making the list of the nominees for the state school.
Just asking the question, please.
My question is, Dr. Wago, from your CV, you have been a teacher of mathematics.
Yes,
you are
sir.
now a lecturer of mathematics, and you have a PhD in mathematics.
Yes, sir.
And I know mathematics is one of the subjects that people find difficult to venture in. What will you do to ensure that our students, reverse indigenous, develops interest in mathematics?
Thank you, sir. A teacher of mathematics and also the chairman of our River State branch of the Science Teachers Association of Nigeria, STAN. We at STAN level have been organizing workshops and conferences for our teachers. In doing that is to ensure that we have a refresher program for teachers. If the teachers are able to understand new ways of teaching, it will now bring them into doing it better with the students. We impact on the teachers to impact on the students. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, my name is Igwe Afodi. I represent Eleme. Sir Edward. Please check your document, second to the last page. You have your task clearance there. Have you seen it, sir?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Please, James Langaya, the task controller, did not sign your task clearance. Why? An unsigned task clearance submitted to this house?
Well, I cannot answer to that, but this is how the certificate always come out when being submitted to us. And this has to do with Dansville Catering and Event Services.
So it is not signed?
Yes, it is.
My second question is, if this house considers you fit and you go through and then you visit the council, what are the ideas, things you think as an individual with your experience you can bring to the council to help our justice?
Well, looking at my leadership roles and all that I've been doing for decades now, we'll come to find out that virtually looking at the objectives of the government, you'll see that all what I've been doing cuts across all that in terms of the leadership roles I've been playing. Definitely,
Honorable Speaker, let's talk to Kamno Williams. I need to know you, sir. I need to know you. Speak to your document, please.
Mr. Speaker, like I said earlier, my background is education and law, and I have had hands-on experiment in local government as council secretary and then as chairman of Okrika local government from 2011 to 2014. Speaker, matter of fact, I was the best chairman in that area. So the point is that with my experience and interaction, have done well in public relations, peace building, community engagement, and then bringing together people in a harmonized form for development. Okay, that's my core area.
You are an adult citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So you understand that we have a national anthem, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you recite the second stanza?
The second stanza?
Of the national anthem.
I'm very familiar with the first standard.
I said the second standard. That's what I asked you. Simple.
I can't.
Mr. Speaker, that'll be fine. I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I am worried about the document before me, sir. You said you were born in 1967, right?
No, 68.
68. And you got your WAEC before me in 1996. How many years gap? 1986, 1968.
No, I was born in 1968.
68. And your WAEC here is saying 1986.
86 years.
How many years gap?
I was in Baptist in 19.
No, I'm talking about the gap, the figure, number.
It's about 16, 17 years.
I'll leave you there.
Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, I will mention that some members here, 100 members, were in school with me and were there when I left Baptist High School. Mr. Speaker, I was admitted in 1980 and I finished 1986. So there's no lacuna, Mr. Speaker. Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker, by the grace of God, with my experience before now and currently as legal officer of the university,
Mr. Speaker, my name is Linda Somiari Stewart. I represent Okrika State Constituency and I represent the candidates. I took special notice of his introduction, his previous introduction, where he told us he is an advocate of peace building. And before you called, I had asked to speak, but maybe you didn't see my mic. I wanted to ask him, because I am the chairman of the Rivers State House of Assembly Committee on Ethics and Privileges. And several times, due to confusion or refusal to learn, the privileges of assembly members are usually trampled upon. I have a question for him, and I will also have a word of advice for some of those we have already screened and those we will screen. I want to ask, what in protocol comes first? The assembly member or the commissioner?
My honourable member, definitely by law and by protocol, the member of the House of Assembly comes first. before the commissioner.
I also want to ask Mr. Speaker, do you think coming for screening is like going to marry your wife in her village? Do you think that it is proper you get to your wife's village and they ask you for the bottle or keg of palm wine and you tell your in-laws, oh, it is at home but I have it? Do you think it is proper? Should you be given that wife?
It's not proper, madam.
And that is what most of you have been doing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Not for him. Professor Sempo Nwafo. The Right Honourable Speaker and revered members of this hallowed chamber. My name is Prince Chinyeti. Professor Sempo Nwafo, you heard from my constituency, First State constituency, precisely in Buta community, Ward 12. Professor, from all indications, you are a professor of structural engineering, Department of Civil Engineering of the unique University of Port Harcourt, and you specialize as a structural project consultant. My question is this: from your wealth of experience, as indicated here, assuming not considered, you are asked, maybe after screening and maybe successfully you are cleared and you are asked to manage commissioner for work based on your experience. But in the work department, if you are asked to execute any project or implement any project that is not contained in the yearly budget, what will be your reaction first?
If you are in the state school, yes?
Yes, at the state school.
Answer the question.
From your experience, you are asked to implement or execute a project that you know. Because during budget...
Don't worry, he understands. Answer the question.
What are you going to do about it? What will be your reaction?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question. I don't think I will engage in such project if it's not contained in the budget. It will be unethical for me. And for even...
So you will not see to it that the project goes or moves forward if it is not in the budget. That's what you are saying.
Yes, I think I'll have to...
All right, next question.
My question is this. What are the projects executed or supervised in course of doing your work? What are some of the projects executed or supervised? The challenges and the successes of those projects and where those projects are located. Please quickly give us names of the projects, where they are located, the successes recorded in course of implementation, and the challenges.
Okay.
All right. Ask the question.
Okay, I've been involved in bridge works. I've also been involved in highway road projects, especially Aruchukwu or Hafia Road, most of the NDDC roads like Okoguloma, Apakeme, Bayasa, a lot of them, sir. I've been involved, and then bridges, cellar slab too for Ajip flow stations, and just a lot of them, sir.
Okay, thank you. Who is requesting? Who is Honorable Smart?
I want to speak to Mr. Tamna Williams,
not one for. Okay, Mr. One for take your seat. Okay, hold on. He has question for him. Honorable Afoji, the last question.
Prof, if by the grace of God you are in the council with the current situation with our education system in this state, what is the urgent measure you can put in place to improve education in the state?
Assuming
you are
he's in the Ministry of Education.
Ministry of Education. Assuming.
Yes. Yes.
You are in. What is the urgent thing you will do immediately regarding the state of our education, especially the basic education in this state?
Even if he's not assigned to the Ministry of Education, as a member of the head school, he can make contributions.
Can bring to bear.
All right.
First thing I would like to do is to look into retraining, because education does not end. You keep developing yourself. So the teachers we have on ground, we'll see how we can retrain them by organizing seminars, workshops, and also the staff of the ministry too, those that are not even academic staff of the ministry. We'll look for how we can improve.
Sorry. Take your seat. Honorable Smart Adoki. Please, this will be the last question, please.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
I haven't gone through your CV. It's very clear you're a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Let's say after the screening and all of this, and you went through this phase, and then you were given the office of the Attorney General of the state, Ministry of Justice. Let's say, of course, I'm not the one to hand over opportunities, but let's just assume. On what capacity, on what level do you think you want to, marry issues when it comes to the states, personal, interstate? When I talk about interstate, take for instance, a ministry, a particular ministry, and maybe the government at the center here in the states. How do you intend to, handle such a matter as Attorney General? 2, as a lawyer, what would be your stand when matters that are not, known to law, matters that already have precedence, come to you and you decide to, put it down and take, a kind of decision that might want to suit you or whoever you stand for? Again.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
I haven't gone through your CV. It's very clear you're a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Let's say after the screening and all of this, and you went through this phase, and then you were given the office of the Attorney General of the state, Ministry of Justice. Let's say, of course, I'm not the one to hand over opportunities, but let's just assume. On what capacity, on what level do you think you want to? The governor, I don't use it as Bastan because
no, Smart, he
will definitely have a review.
Let him answer.
I'm more particular about this because for me, my intention for this state is to go beyond this. And whenever I stand before
I've had to talk as a lawyer. In jurisprudence, in law, 2 persons may not see.
Excuse me, Mr.
That's affecting the assembly. True or false? Well, you have answered that it's true. Then you can take your seat, Mr. Tamuno. It's okay. You have answered the question.
Thank you.
Distinguished colleagues, let me thank all of you for your participation in this screening section. Order! Distinguished colleagues, I commend you. We were elected to do this job. It is our duty to ensure that we get the best for Rivers people. And that is why questions have been asked, and the nominees have also answered. On that note, leader, speak to the House.
The Right Honourable Speaker, very revered colleagues, Speaker, by your leave, may I move that the nominees granted leave to exit the chamber. I so move.
Deputy Leader. No, I said Deputy Majority Leader. Deputy Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion as moved by the leader. I so second.
Any contrary view? Distinguished colleagues, motion moved and seconded. The nominees are hereby granted leave to exit the hallowed chambers. Take a bow and step outside the chamber. Distinguished colleagues, at this point, we'll proceed with the debate whether or not to confirm these nominees, and I'll take them one after the other. Distinguished colleagues, Professor
Honorable Speaker, my revered colleagues, it is in my opinion that we don't confirm the professor.
Any seconder? Honorable Fiska Ban.
Peter, that Professor Alasha should not be confirmed based on discrepancy in his documents. I so second.
And his performances.
And his performance.
Distinguished colleagues, is there any dissenting view to the motion heavily moved and seconded? Distinguished colleagues, in view of that, let me put the question. Those in favor of the motion heavily moved and seconded that Professor Datoyin Alasha should not be confirmed, given that he has performed poorly during the screening process, should please say ayes. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, the nominee, Professor Datoyin Alasha, is not confirmed by this August Assembly. Mr. Tony Belgam. Mr. Tony Belgam. Honorable Lolo, yes, you requested. Should we confirm Mr. Tony Belgam?
Mr. Speaker.
Just straight to the point, please. There's not much time to.
Tony Belgam should be confirmed.
Should please say ayes. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, the nominee, Professor Datoyin Alasha, is not confirmed by this August Assembly. Mr. Tony Belgam. Mr. Tony Belgam. Honorable Lolo, yes, you requested. Should we confirm Mr. Tony Belgam?
Mr. Speaker,
just straight to the point, please. There's no much time to.
Tony Belgam should be confirmed.
Any seconder, please. Honorable Deming.
Sir? Mr. Speaker, I am of the opinion that...
No, I asked Honorable Deming. Honorable Deming. Should it be confirmed?
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, Mr. Tony Belgam should be confirmed as a commissioner nominee.
So you are seconding the motion?
Yes, sir.
Any dissenting view? Those in favor of the confirmation of Mr. Tony Belgam should please say aye. Again, say nay. Distinguished colleagues, Mr. Tony Belgam is hereby confirmed. Professor Temple Mofo. Yes, name chief. Yes, you requested.
Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I'm of the view that Professor Temple Mofo be confirmed based on his performance in this screening.
Okay, Honorable Solomon Wami, you are requesting.
Mr. Speaker, I want to support the motion moved by Lenchi that the Mofo should be confirmed as eminently qualified.
Okay. Any dissenting view? Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that Professor Temple Mofo should be confirmed. Those in favor should please say aye. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, Professor Temple Mofo is hereby confirmed. Dr. Peter Swago, First Honorable Chimeze, Wanko.
Mr. Speaker, I'm Chimeze Christian Wanko, representing the King. I move that Peter Wanko should be confirmed as a commissioner nominee. I so move.
Any seconder? Honorable, okay, Minority Leader.
You read the Honorable Speaker, fellow colleagues. I so second the said motion that he should be confirmed.
Any dissenting view? Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that Dr. Peter Swago should be confirmed. Those in favor should please say aye. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Dr. Peter Swago is hereby confirmed. Mrs. Charity Dimwa, who is requesting. Honorable Wanko, you are requesting.
Should be confirmed as eminently qualified.
Okay. Any dissenting view? Distinguished colleague.
The LLM. 80 of us wrote, 25 of us succeeded. So and at the first writing, I got my LLM.
All right.
Yes. Now, about the...
First Honorable Chimeze, Wanko.
Mr. Speaker, I'm Chimeze Christian Wanko, representing the King. I move that Peter Wanko should be confirmed.
Against nay. The ayes have it. Tamono Williams, Esquire. Who is requesting? Who is requesting? Tamono Williams, Esquire. Yes? Honorable Smart Adoki.
I want to ask this House to join me to say Mr. Tamna Williams should not be.
So move the motion.
I want to move the motion. Sorry, that Tamna should not be
confirmed.
You
so move
based on his antecedents over the past.
Honorable Smart Adoki is saying that Tamna Williams should not be confirmed due to his activities of misleading Rivers people in the past. Any seconder?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the motion as moved by Smart Adoke that it should not be confirmed. Thank you.
Any dissenting view? Distinguished colleagues, motion moved and seconded that Tamono Williams Esquire should not be confirmed. Those in favor should please say aye. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Tamuno Williams Esquire is not confirmed. Mr. Lekwe Kennet. Lekwe Kennet. Deputy Speaker.
It arise to move that Lekwe Kennet should be confirmed based on his performance. I so move.
Any seconder? Tai Mba.
Distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion that Lekwe Kennet should be confirmed.
You are seconding the motion?
Yes.
Kennet Lekwe. Distinguished colleagues, any dissenting view? Distinguished colleagues, motion has been moved and seconded that Mr. Lekwe Kennet should be confirmed. Those in favor should please say aye. Mr. Lekwe Kennet is confirmed. Otonye TKD Amakri Esquire. Honorable Wellington, you are requesting.
The Right Honorable Speaker, I remain Wellington Granville. I represent that side of Conference 1. Mr. Speaker, I want to humbly move that because of serial petitions that was read by the Mass Committee Chairman on public petition, I want to humbly suggest that we step down
and take a deep breath.
Yes, a deep breath. You know, so
okay, any seconder?
Proceed on some other.
Any seconder? Honorable Enemy Alabo Judge, requesting.
Mr. Speaker, I was just acted because the clerk of the committee has just forwarded more petitions on this one. So
the ones that you didn't have before?
Yes, 4 new ones just came in. 1 new one by 1 in the war horse for 17 pages. The problem is
distinguished colleagues, what the mover of the motion and of course the Honorable Enemy Alabo Judge, who is the Chairman House Committee on Public Petitions, what both of them are saying is that the controversies surrounding this nominee, they are just enormous. And there are too many unresolved issues around this nominee on his activities within the Calabari area and beyond, and that the House needs to take a deep breath. But I don't know what the view of the House is. Is there any dissenting view? Do we allow him to proceed? Any dissenting view to the motion heavily moved and seconded? None. Distinguished colleagues, motion moved and seconded. Any dissenting view? Distinguished colleagues, motion has been heavily moved and seconded that Sir Amaria Edward Hart should be confirmed by this August Assembly. Those in favor should please say ayes. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Sir Amaria Edward Hart is hereby confirmed. Distinguished colleagues, let me thank you so much for your contributions in the course of this plenary. At the end of the day, 4 nominees did not. Order, please. Distinguished colleagues, we have 9 nominees forwarded to this August Assembly by the Governor. At the end of this screening exercise, the House has confirmed 5 of them, and 4 of them, the House has chosen to take a deep breath, given their poor performance and controversies surrounding either their documents, and they've not been able to show this August Assembly that they are indeed prepared to serve River State, or that they are able. And we feel that they are not square pegs in square holes for this office that they intend to occupy at the River State Executive Council. On that note, distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions. With your leave and in line with our rules, I will forward the decision or the resolution of this August Assembly to the Governor so that I can take necessary steps in the interest of River State. Thank you so much. So, distinguished colleagues, having done all of this individually, let me now put the final question that I proceed to forward the letter to His Excellency the Governor, that he should go ahead and swear in the 5 nominees, and he should not swear in the other 4 that we voted for individually. On that note, let me put the question. Those in favor of what I have just read out should indicate by saying ayes. Against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, on this note, I'm going to forward the letter to the governor and ask him to proceed to swear in 5 of the nominees as soon as possible. Thank you, distinguished colleagues. Clerk, what do we have on the other paper?
Mr. Speaker, the order of the day has been exhausted.
Leader.
Right, the Honourable Speaker, very glad colleagues. Mr. Speaker, in absence of further deliberation, I move that this House stands adjourned to 17th day, Tuesday, March 2026 at 10 a.m. prompt. I so move.
Minority Leader.
The right, the Honourable Speaker, may I so second that said motion? I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, motion has been moved for adjournment and seconded. This House stands adjourned to Tuesday, the 17th day of March 2026 at 10 a.m. Mr. Speaker will now rise.